How's it going, guys? This is the first drop of the dive. As you can see, it was pretty murky. Right now, as I dove down, I'm just using my hands to crawl on the bottom, trying not to make too much commotion with my fins. You know, that might scare off any potentially good sized fish to shoot. And what I'm trying to do is just get over this ledge to peek over, see what's there, and just take in the new structure, see where I can potentially hide the next drop. And right here, I wasn't expecting this, but I saw a pretty big tagafi just come right up from the depths. And as soon as I lunge off, I see a couple of them, but they're pretty far, so I wasn't able to take a shot. What I should have done was take a full breathe up, go down to the bottom, or wait it right at that rock on the right side. Probably would have had a better chance of shooting one. And that was it, on to the next dive. On this dive, this is one of the spots I wanted to hit. Again, this is only my second time exploring it, and it wasn't too deep, but I wasn't too relaxed, so it was kind of a exhausting dive. As soon as I go down and I look up, I see a big school of guilies right here. A couple days ago, when I dove this, I shot a pretty big tatigaluhu, but spear didn't go all the way through. It was pretty far, so I lost him, so I want redemption. These guilies were moving pretty fast, and they're still a little out of reach for my gun, so as soon as I see this one right here, it comes just close enough and I take the shot. Surprisingly, I hit him, and I have the first fish secured. I'm still not used to diving right out here in the reefs. I'm more used to like reef hopping, so it's more like practice for me, but I'm happy with what I shot. So good for frying. I had a good amount back home, the fridge, so it's one more added to the collection. So as I come to the surface, I'm actually looking for my partner, seeing where he's at. I already know he's right where the waves are, looking for those emperor fish. So I just turn my attention to this guilie that I just shot, trying to secure him before it breaks off and attracts more sharks. So one thing I learned from a couple dive buddies too is the most important thing to do is just take your time on the surface, get a proper breathe up. Usually I do a minimum of a minute 30, just so that, you know, I'm pretty comfortable on the bottom and less risk of a shallow water blackout. But right here, I didn't think I was going to see anything, especially since it looked like a pretty dead area. Most of the fish was a little bit deeper, like around the 30 feet, 50 feet range, but the structure looked pretty cool, so I thought I'd take a dive down. Right here, I kind of wasn't too happy with this when I looked over this video. I'm moving too much, too fast. I should have been more relaxed. I moved a little bit more slowly, but you know, it is what it is. And right here, as I'm about to go up for air, I see these 3 small guilies coming in, and I decide just to take one home. As we break the surface, you're going to see our little buoy right there with our dive flag. It's actually a boogie board that we modified to hold our gear, fish, and whatever else we need. It works really well, especially when there's sharks around. You can put your fish on it instead of having it dangle in the water, and it prevents you from being taxed. Right, so for this next dive, I actually was already done diving. I just wanted to see how deep this spot was. And as soon as I go down, I didn't really see too much from the surface. But right there, that rock, I saw some pretty big group pals and a salmonetti, or if they call it a goldfish. So I decided just to level out right here at this rock and wait for that goldfish to come in. And as soon as he comes in right here, I just get a nice headshot and it's lights out for him. For these guys, I learned they're actually easier to shoot in deeper water than in the shallows. They're more aware. But right here, this one was actually more curious. This one was about maybe 1 pound, and the record on Guam is actually 3. It's always good to see that there's bigger ones out there. So, hoping I can break that record one day. This spot right here was actually 50 feet. Wasn't too deep. Pretty shallow dive. But I'm happy with an extra fish on the line. Alright, so this next dive coming up, I was actually pretty tight. I got caught in a pretty bad current with my partner. We actually were in the same spot, paddling as hard as we could for about 2 minutes. So I was pretty gassed out right here. As soon as I was coming in, I saw this octopus just laying on the rock. I tried to grab him, but it was pretty smart. He knew where to go. So right now I'm actually out of air. I'm just trying to get him out as fast as possible. And I didn't want him going too far in the hole or finding another exit spot, so I'm trying to get him out on this dive. Fortunately, didn't work, so I go for air. So this is my next drop. I'm still pretty tired, still gassed out, didn't do a long surface time to breathe up, so as soon as I go down, I see him right outside that hole and I just try and chance it. I actually take that gun and I shoot it inside, hoping to get him. Right here, and as soon as I move that spear, I can feel him. I'm not sure how good of a shot I have, but I'm just hoping it's a pretty decent one. So right here, the actual worst thing happens. He rips off of my spear, and I have no choice but to go for air. As soon as I look down, I didn't even notice it, but he actually swims out the hole, and he is gone. I'm pretty bummed that he got away. Would have been a good trophy to take home. Good eating, but win some, you lose some. So after this drop, I actually decided to just put my gun away and head back in. It's a pretty long dive, pretty tired, and to the next one.